These are the top stories of the day. We have Bitcoin creating a new rally is 80K around the corner. Also, Polkadot setting records, new growth all over the metrics. And not only that, people are asking the question, is Cardano dead? Just like someone's eyeballs after looking at the eclipse. Let's go around the blockchain. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining. I actually have to take off the polarized glasses because we have a sideways TV with the chat. And when you turn things sideways, you can't see polarized. Yes, we have the best effing chat in all of the interwebs. A lot of people celebrating the arrow gains. A lot of people are just happy. Bitcoin is up. But we got 3 guests. They're really happy. We're going to start with Piano Matty B. Piano Matty B, a little north of the eclipse, but were you able to burn your cornea today?
No, you know what? I honestly didn't care too much about it. I thought it was much ado about nothing. I mean, we're all going to live 200 years now with all the technology, so I'll catch the next one.
Yeah, I was waiting for Mel Gibson and some apocalypto characters to like come out of my woods, but I didn't see anything. Also on today, we have Classic Kev. Classic Kev dropping all the shorts of all your great interviews lately. Make sure you go follow his stuff. Kevin, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great, y'all. Survived the solar eclipse. Bitcoin's pumping. The heavens on 420. Life's good, man.
It's always a good time. And then we have OJ Jordan on the Southern Hemisphere. So you didn't get to participate in the fun solar eclipse. OJ, how are you doing today?
Very well. I'm doing very well. It's a nice and sunny day here. No eclipses. we didn't get it.
Is it true what Javier Milei said where the socialists stopped the eclipse? Is that what happened?
They failed.
I know he's always saying it's the socialist's fault. All right, well, it might be their fault because they keep printing money. What fault am I talking about? Bitcoin's rally. Can I share the screen real quick? Bitcoin may rally to 80K on a triangle break, according to the technical analysis. I want to scroll down so we can see the triangle formation right here. This is a triangular consolidation, or aka symmetrical triangle. And you can see right there, we got a little bit of a breakout. And they're saying the breakout's going to lead us to 80K. Well, we have some of the best TA in the game with Piano Matty B. Always dropping really, really good TA. The best thumbnails, sometimes even some songs with this stuff. Is that what you're seeing at the charts? And can you explain, just for the newer viewers, newer to crypto, newer to trading, a breakout, triangular, it's supposed to go up. What does all this mean?
Well, some people call it, what is astrology for men? I've heard before, just a bunch of lines. And
fitting for today's episode.
I just happen to have the same astrological sign on my daily chart too. It's a symmetrical triangle of neutrality. But you can see here, see where the green bullish hue starts? Let me try to line it up here. That is 71.3. Now, if we don't close this candle above 71.3 today, DZ, well, I feel we might feel the pull of the symmetrical triangle of neutrality down to test its support again. At 64K, that's gross. I'm embarrassed I even said that, but that's what the charts say, right? And that's the data through my mind, out my voice box.
All right. And I actually have the daily chart up on my screen right now. And it looks like we have 3 hours and 53 minutes left on this candle. And so that is what he is referring to right there. Could you say that number one more time, Matty B? What is
71? Hold on. Maybe this for dramatic effort. If I was 71.3.
71.3. Right now we are trading. If we look at CoinGecko, it looks like it's 71.6. We are flirting with the level. It's just trying to stay above. Now, Kevin, I want to ask you, we're getting a nice little rally. A lot of people have different reasons. Some say it's the Athena stablecoin. Some say it's the halving. Some say it's the eclipse. A lot of people just trying to trade off astrological events. I want to ask you, are you suspicious of this pump because it is coming in before the halving? Does this seem more likely or less likely to hit 80K now that we have a little green candle?
I feel we are more likely. I'm trying to stay optimally bullish, but I'm not going to lie. Piano Matty B kind of scared me with that TA. But I just don't think the powers that be are going to miss an opportunity to really pump this thing like the day before the halving. but I do think it's going to be a mini buy the rumor, sell the news event. But also, too, I mean, didn't Coinbase win some type of lawsuit against the SEC? So there's a bunch of positive stuff going on right now, not just the halving.
Now, Kevin, you're referring to news that happened on Friday. This is crypto, and that might as well have been 18 years ago. But yeah, it's Coinbase. So we have a few things, Kevin. You know, we have Athena, we have ETFs, we have the halving. But if you had to say what is one reason we're seeing the pump, would you say it is Coinbase potentially here?
No, it's the halving. 100% the halving, even higher than the spot ETF. The halving is the catalyst.
The halving is the catalyst. I like that right there. All right. Well, speaking of that catalyst, we got OJ coming in. OJ, I want to ask you, what is your predictions for 80K? You know, we just listened for pretty bullish catalysts, but just like you saw, you know, things can turn on a dime. It can happen very, very quickly. What is your 80K prediction? Is this going to happen in the next hours, days, or does this look more likely to be weeks and months?
Months, I doubt. I feel that it will be weeks. I'm not really sure whether we are ready for 80K right now. I am a little bit doubtful of this pump pre-halving. We've never really seen very big pumps pre-halving, but of course, we're in a very different market than we've been so far. And I keep saying that every time I do technical analysis, that this bull run is just very different, and it's harder to read it because we got used to 30-40% corrections during a bull run like this one. Many times in the previous cycles we've had this kind of corrections. This time we're not seeing this kind of correction. Last time we spoke, we were at about 16 or 17% correction. And I was talking about the fact that maybe this is it. We're not going to see a 20 or 30%. And again, we're pumping today. So we definitely did not make a proper correction. I don't know when this correction is going to come. Maybe after the halving. Maybe the halving will be the sell the event type of thing, and we're going to see a proper correction after that. But it seems like the buyers are still hungry. There's a lot of appetite. And I'm not sure. But anyways, 80K, I feel that we will probably fail to do it today or, you know, this week.
All right. So no 80K. 80K is going to be a little bit hard to see, just like the eclipse in Houston, according to some of our chatters. All right. Well, let's chat about Polkadot right now. Polkadot active addresses hit a record, everybody, 600K. But there is some good news and some bad news when we start really diving into the networks here. Now, 41% of the addresses was not even technically Polkadot. It was a parachain on Polkadot. It is Moonbeam. You see Moonbeam making 248K addresses, while only 191 were created directly on Polkadot. So almost getting outclassed, not by its L2, but it's by its parachain, which is pretty close to an L2 right there. The token is down slightly. Looks like we're down, but still a top 15 crypto, currently 14th in market cap right there. All-time high, though, $55 here. I want to pull that up on the charts. I'm going to pull up the dot chart. I'm going to pull up the daily chart here. We click it to the daily. You can see way below where we were at one point, and just look at that. I almost want to throw on the log chart. It's so hard to see. Very nice pump. That's the second run up in November 2021. So folks, we're still down 85% from the all-time high. Now, so when you zoom out, maybe it doesn't look as bullish, but some might say it looks even more bullish here. Now, Piano Matty B, from a chart perspective, what are your thoughts on Polkadot? You know, $55 Polkadot, that's a 5X from here. Bitcoin's past its previous all-time high. I see some opportunity here. Does Polkadot get you excited?
Well, there's a hard reality that I think we all have to accept in this bull run, and it's an unpopular opinion, but there are some coins/tech that just aren't going to make it. And, you know, I have Polkadot. I have it from the old bull run, so I'm kind of like grandfathered into my bag, and I have no expectation of it going back to all-time high because I think it might be on the caboose of the tech that is just slightly old for the new shiny toys that are coming in for this bull run. I think there's a good chance it just may be forgotten.
All right. Now, OJ, I see you nodding your head now. This reminds me of Ethereum. Ethereum, you know, got a little congested, got a little expensive. And so Ethereum had a nice system or ecosystem of L2s. Well, Polkadot, you know, a little bit of an older coin. Gavin Wood, the founder, also founded Ethereum. Polkadot has parachains Can parachains do to Polkadot what L2s are doing for Ethereum?
They were doing this in the previous cycle. Now, it's actually not an unpopular opinion. It's true that right now in this cycle, all of the attention is on new projects. Usually, in most bull cycles, that's the case. Actually, what we're seeing is that old projects, Dino projects, as we call them, even though they have a strong tech and great fundamentals and everything, they've built a community, which is also very important. They are failing to do the impressive, pumps that we are seeing from new projects. All the attention is on new projects, and we have to realize that in crypto, it's all about the latest things, the new shiny objects, and it doesn't matter if a project has great fundamentals and strong tech and strong team and all of that stuff. It can fall out of favor very quickly, and the thing is, they've already built the community. The community has already purchased that token. So now, for the price to be pushed on the upside, you really need a lot of new money coming in, and you need to create a lot of buzz and hype. And I'm not really seeing a hype about Polkadot or about Cardano as well. I mean, this is also the topic. A lot of these projects, they're strong and everything, but they're not creating anything new. So there's not that much talk about them, and the new money that's coming in the market is not going in those projects. Those projects are being held by people who have them from the previous bull run, or people who are just a bit too conservative, so they stick to the top 20, top 30 coins. And these are the people that hold these tokens. But all of the new money seems to be coming into meme coins, into RWAs, into what else do we have? The AI narrative is very strong. Gaming narrative is very strong. So yeah, I mean, these are the narratives right now that are driving the market, and this is where all of the new money is focused, not really on Dino coins, L1s or L2s.
All right, well, let's pull up Polkadot. I see some bold predictions for Polkadot. CMG saying $150 to $200 Polkadot. Someone else, Polkadot has junk in the trunk. Here, if we hit max, and then if we hit market cap, just see if there's any kind of disparity. There have been some tokens issued, mostly via parachain auctions. They have to buy Polkadot. It is locked up, and then that Polkadot is then released into the wild, if you will, there. So all-time market cap high, wow, $55 billion. For reference, Solana hit $70 billion in 2021. So even being within striking range of Solana, $55 billion market cap. Right now, it's only a $12 billion market cap. Kevin, can Polkadot reclaim all-time highs? What is your prediction? Is $200 too bullish?
Probably not. I do, full disclosure, I do hold some DOT and a couple altcoins in DOT's ecosystem. I liked the value proposition of the technology with the parachains to, not be the Ethereum killer, but to help all the layer one scale. But, I think it's going to really be based on what Bitcoin does. I mean, I don't see a scenario where Bitcoin's over 100,000 and DOT isn't at least $100. It's just math. I don't think there's a scenario that happens, but full disclosure, I'm not even that bullish on the project. I just think there's prettier girls at school now,
All right. Well, speaking of pretty, you can see that Polkadot had a nice little peak there in the first part of the Q1 or Q2 2021. Bitcoin topped out in April. A lot of altcoins pumped 1 month later. You can see it May 14th. I'm just kind of curious to see what this one, November. So it pumped around the same time there. Matty B, before we go on to Cardano, I mean, what are your thoughts of reclaiming all-time high, whether it's market cap or token price? I mean, is $50, $60 in the cards?
I think the only reason why it may be in the cards is that a rising tide is going to raise all boats, and there's a lot more money coming in, and I think it will be spread around. But I don't see people aping in to Polkadot anymore. I just, maybe they haven't turned the marketing machine on, but I don't ever hear about it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever hear about it. Do you?
Every now and then you see a Lark video or altcoin daily video, just because right. It's like some of you guys said, a lot of older coin holders have it. So a lot of people are like, oh yeah, crypto's exciting again. And then they hear, it's like Leo pointing at the TV. I have that coin, so maybe it's
yeah,
a little bit of that. All right. Now, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button that way too, folks. All right, let's go and talk about Cardano. It's been in the news, a lot of FUD. But what is Hoskinson doing? he is brushing off the Cardano FUD attacks with optimism. The sluggish price action fuels the project as dead claims. If I can just read this real quick, but Charles Hoskinson fires back, saying winners have fundamentals, saying the Cardano ecosystem full of fundamentals here. Well, there's some diehard supporters beginning to doubt. One influencer led the offensive saying that Cardano is dead. But then, we got Cyber Capital founder also saying Cardano does not have much going for it. However, Hoskinson says Cardano holds all the cards. And so really we have two different people or two camps almost having two different conversations. Clearly this chain is fantastic. Look how much we're doing. Look how much we're building. Then you have the camp over here. What are you talking about? No one is literally using it. It's one transaction per year. No one uses Cardano. I'm just going to lead with you, OJ Jordan. Is it dead?
Kind of. Unfortunately.
Oh.
I mean, I know that you guys are holding Cardano. I hold a very little bit of Cardano. I exited most of my position because I realized that it's not really performing very well, and I like to move my capital, all the time. So I relocated capital from Cardano into newer coins. And as I said, I'll probably repeat myself. The thing is, the speculators are driving the market. It's not really the long-term investors. It's not the holders. It's not even the communities. Cardano has a big community. So does XRP. What's happening with XRP? They are not able to move the price because they are already holders. So you actually need new money, new capital coming in there to move that price. The holders, the best thing they can do is just keep holding so that there's not any more supply being released, but or they can keep buying. But I mean, usually people have a certain percentage of their portfolio that they want to allocate to certain project, and that's it. And you're not going to see a lot of capital coming into Cardano unless they do something new, something fresh, a new launch of something, a new big partnership. They need to keep doing things to keep creating buzz and be exciting for the new investors, because they already won over their community. But you need to win new people. You need to grow. And I don't think they're growing like that.
All right. He is saying you need to be a grower, not a shower. Grow and actually do stuff. We have $2 super chat. Are those any floaters from the shades? Well, folks, if you are going to look at the eclipse with sunglasses, squint. No, don't look. No, don't look. We had a couple people hold a phone. I tried through my sunroof because it's heavily tinted. Still super bright. I was like, all right, maybe not a good thing. Action Crypto also saying here to you, Matty B, is what's happening to you, Matty? Did you reverse age in March? Well, Matty, can Cardano reverse grow to $3? And also, are you reverse aging?
Well, I have been on the carnivore diet for 2 months. I don't know if that's if that's the coincidence.
Hey, the chatters saying they could tell the difference here.
Maybe there's something to it.
I was staring at the clip, so everything's just a wash of color to me right now.
I've said this about Chucky Ho Ho, I think a million times, is that the proof is in the pump. And he can say how great it is till the cows come home. And guess what? Once it is great and there is a pump, everyone that was like a naysayer or a poo-pooer on ADA will be like, oh yeah, it is. It's actually pretty good. Turns out it is pretty good. It's not a dead coin that I thought it was. It was until yesterday when it pumped. It was dead to me. But now that it's pumped, yeah, you know what? Chucky Ho Ho, he's not so bad. Maybe he is smart. But until that day, I don't know. Unpopular opinion, I wouldn't suggest to buy it for anyone. I mean, if you have it in your bag, it's in my dead bag, right? So if it somehow pumps over zero, I'll be like, oh great, and I'll flip it into Bitcoin, which is the lesson for the day. I just should have put it into Bitcoin. Why did I put it into ADA?
Yeah.
You live and learn,
I know what
right?
you mean. There's a lot, because like you said, when it pumps, sure, there's a little bit of excitement. When we went from 40 cents to 60 cents, that was a 50% pump in a very short amount of time. Everybody was like, wow, Cardano's exciting again. And now it's tumbleweeds floating through Adaville.
What have you done for me lately?
Kevin, we're going to go to you 1 second. But OJ, got another quote here. Was it good to see the Latin Robert Downey Jr. back for a stream? Any comments on whether or not you were Iron Man?
Actually, I'm not Latin, guys. I'm in Argentina. I'm a digital nomad, so I spend here the winter because usually I'm in Europe, and the winter in Europe is not that great. So I'll be back in Europe very soon. No more Latin, Downey Jr.
It's, you know, we keep bringing up Javier Milei every single time. All right, now that's my fault. That's my fault. All right, classic Kev. I got to ask you, you know, what is your prediction when it comes to Cardano this cycle? Last cycle, it reached above $3, right around $3.09. Can Cardano reach $3 again? What about even beyond?
Absolutely. And again, DZ, you know, this is going to kind of go back to whatever Bitcoin does, you're going to see all the money flow down. I know you know that. But look, man, I just really, and what Matty said, and you know, this is true about Cardano. We're definitely seeing some bad stuff, but guys, do you see cryptocurrency existing and there being no Cardano? More importantly, like for anybody that's not into Cardano, have you watched a Charles Hoskinson live stream? Sometimes you got to bet on the entrepreneur and the person than the actual coin or the technology, kind of like with Elon Musk. I hate electric cars, but I invest in Tesla. So I really believe in Charles Hoskinson. I know it's not looking too good for Cardano, but I just don't see a place in cryptocurrency that Cardano and Charles aren't around.
All right. Well, speaking of, you know, Cardano not being around now, Matty, I want to show you this chart. This is something I identified about a month or two ago. This is the Cardano Bitcoin trading pair. And I know we were reaching this line. This is the 3-day chart. So I drew this out before we hit it. Now, this goes all the way back to November 2017. Cardano went on its run. And then we had the lows of the bear market, 2019, 2020. This is the run up to $3. That's when it hit $3 in September. Now we're back low, and if we go to a smaller time frame, Matty, we are holding on for dear life. Good Lord, look at that thing. I mean, can we bounce from here? Do you have any insight, you know, being with the TA background? What am I looking at right here? Should I start freaking out, or should I expect a bounce?
I think what Classic Kev said was perfect. It's like if Bitcoin pumps, you're going to see some of it dribble down into Cardano, but without some significant fundamentals that are actually exciting. You know, like I agree, he's a smart guy, Chucky Ho Ho, but it's like he can talk for 15 minutes and I'm just like, what was that? What's the tech? Oh, okay, whatever. Click. I switched the channel. So until there's something exciting, I don't know. I'm out.
All right. And maybe it'll be midnight. Maybe it'll just be because it starts pumping. Maybe Cardano Foundation. Maybe
and then I'm back.
USDC comes. Who knows?
Yeah, and I'll love it again. Oh, great. I always thought it was a good project.
You know what? I never doubted it. Never.
That's
All right. Ada, Smart Gang, hit that like button if you hold some Cardano. Hit that like button if you hold some Polkadot, maybe even Bitcoin. What do you think of those three? What's going to perform the best over the next 12 months? I'm interested to let you or see what you guys have to say. Maybe we'll talk about it in the future. Also, big changes coming to ATB. We're going to be testing out some new guests, new hosts. I have to travel, and I got a real busy week, so this is going to be the only episode for this week, but stay tuned. We're doing some very, very exciting things. All right, well, I'll go around the blockchain. What do you think is going to perform best over the next 12 months? Is it going to be Bitcoin, Cardano, or Polkadot? Piano Matty B, I'll leave with you.
Geez, you know what? I'm going to have to throw in a caveat. It's Bitcoin, but I'm going to go / Solana.
Oh, classic Kev. Of those three coins, what do you think is going to pump the hardest?
Listen to Matty B, y'all. It's going to be Bitcoin. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen.
All right. An Argentinian Iron Man, not confirmed. OJ, what do you think is going to be the biggest pumper of those three?
Of those three, it will be Bitcoin.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to be the lone wolf. I'm going to say I think Cardano outperforms those peers. Cardano currently trading. Yeah, maybe he's biased, y'all. Cardano is currently trading at 61 cents. So if we can hit $1.20, that is a 2x. So I'm saying we're going to hit $1.20 before Bitcoin can hit 140.
What is it in Bitcoin value, Cardano, right now? This is the question.
Oh, I mean, that was the chart. This is the ADA Bitcoin trading pair right here. If we go back to the 3-day, I mean, we are historic lows. We have been lower. We've been lower in the past. We've been much, much higher in the past. But to me, I really feel like, you know, it looks like we're due for a reversal. This was the 40 to 60 cents run up that I was alluding to earlier. maybe we get another little bounce like that. Maybe we replay what we did around, hey, what do you know, 3-4 years ago. If you look, we had a nice little bounce. We came back down to test the level December 20, really close to Bitcoin reaching all-time high. What are we doing right now? We're really close to Bitcoin reaching all-time high. And then as Bitcoin, started going its run up, Cardano slowly just gained and gained and gained until it started bleeding again. So, I'm really, really hoping what we're seeing right there is going to play out and repeat. Can Cardano
so basically you needed to go above 1,000 Satoshi because it's 850 or something like that. So you needed to go above 1,000 Satoshi so it can really outperform Bitcoin. Because if it's going to stay around this price, it's not outperforming it.
Hey, you said 1,000 Satoshis. The September high was 6,000 Satoshis. There is room for Cardano. If we go up kind of close to a scary number 2, we're not going to share that one. But folks, that is all we have time for. It was a great episode. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Go down below. Make sure you're following all the guests. But Piano Matty B, he busted out the graphs with the pictures and the drawings and the cool stuff. And he did the ominous piano tone. So Piano Matty B, I'll let you leave us with some parting thoughts if you wouldn't mind.
Well, you've waited this long, ladies and gentlemen. It was a cold, bare winter, one of the coldest on record. But the sun has come up. It's time for regrowth. It's time to get our bull run on.
And the best way to start is hit that like button, folks. We'll see you tomorrow morning.